good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining us for this episode of The Yellow Mic, Western Union's new podcast series where we hear from subject matter experts around the business regarding everything from strategy to people to culture and all things woo. Today, we're going to catch a glimpse of what's happening in one of our ROCs. For those of you who may not be familiar, ROC, or ROC, stands for Regional Operating Center. Everyone knows Western Union has many rock stars, but we have 4 regional operating centers: AROC, LAROC, MROC, and UROC. Today, our special guest is Šarūnas Supys. Šarūnas is the Vice President of Operations and Managing Director for Western Union's European Regional Operating Center in Vilnius, Lithuania, otherwise known as UROC. So Šarūnas, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. We're really happy to have you.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, we're really excited. We caught you in town, so that was great for us. So for those of us who don't know what our regional operating centers do, can you provide a little bit of insight and tell us what areas of the business does UROC specifically focus on?
Sure. So UROC stands for European Regional Operations Center, a center which was established 9 years ago when Western Union was looking into European timing zone to create center of excellence, center of operations, out of which people could support Western Union customers in the same timing zone. Since that time, center grew up into really significant and instrumental regional operations center to Western Union company and its customers. Today, center consists of roughly 60 different functions. 2,000 people, 60 plus robots, and we do support Western Union clients actually globally. I'm Šarūnas Supys, I'm a site leader, and I report into global operations, and this week I'm here in corporate headquarters in Denver, Colorado, together with my colleagues as part of global operations leadership meeting we're having this week.
Great, wonderful. And so you first became site leader for UROC in 2016, I believe. And in your opinion, what would you say makes a good leader, and how would you describe your leadership style?
Well, that's a great question. I think everyone is unique and everyone is a talent. It's a matter how you position yourself, how you showcase yourself, how you promote yourself, etc., etc. I joined company almost from very beginning when UROC was established, and I started my career in accounting organization. I took several leadership roles there, but basically that was the organization where I truly built my core skills as a leader, which is discipline, achieving result, communication, transparency, trust, and those kind of things. And then at some point of time, I had an opportunity to move from accounting organization into operations. And from today's standpoint, I can tell you that this was one of the greatest decisions I think I have ever made in my professional career, because that move was actually change of mindset. Yeah. I moved from the function which was, which is let's say standard. It's very important, but it has sort of discipline, black and white approach, balance sheet, P&L, adherence to the deadline. And I moved into organization which is operations, where you always have to balance, find workarounds, support customer and customer needs. Of course, never cross the red line. But that helped me to change my mindset completely from where I was in the past into where I am today even. And I think this helped me to grow as a leader. Then 3 years ago, I was promoted to lead UROC site, which is again completely different work which I did in the past. It's more about representing UROC site internally, externally. It's about how to collaborate with leaders and how to encourage partnership among leaders in UROC, so we can serve Western Union clients through end-to-end process execution, through looking into the customer with one single point of view, etc., etc. So during the course of my career, I think I had opportunities to learn different perspectives, and that helped me to form my personality, who I am today. Coming back to your second question, you asked me what kind of leader am I, right? It's hard to determine. Probably it's better to ask my direct reports or my team members who would answer this question. But I guess the number one thing which I use on day to day is I would like to treat people. I would like to treat others as they treat me, and vice versa. I basically treat others as
you would want to be treated.
Exactly. And I think that comes from my personality. In my childhood, I was a sportsman. Today, I am a father of 3 kids.
Boys, girls?
Two girls and a boy.
Okay.
But I'm also deep in a professional life and business. So I feel I am happy when I balance 3 corners: family, hobbies, and work. And that's what I'm trying to do with myself, and that's what I'm encouraging with my team members as well. Make sure you balance, and then you have a good chance as you have.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think, I think us as employees, we can certainly relate. Everybody has something that they're trying to balance. So I think that's great. So what areas do you think that Euroc has evolved in the past 2 years?
I think Euroc is unique with its specific culture, unique culture. People there, they really, on a day-to-day basis, they think how to do better for the customer. Therefore, they really dedicate their commitment, passion, time, and other resources into areas, thinking how to improve processes, automate them, make them lean, etc., etc. We were pretty successful with a new working philosophy at Western Union Company, which is Wu Wei. As of today, we have implemented Wu Wei in roughly 70% of the functions of Euroc.
Oh, that's great.
That implementation, that deployment of Wu Wei, I would say, went pretty smoothly. We have seen a tremendous improvement into culture, into the way how people interact among each other, how they focus on customer needs, how they improve processes, and etc. And I think the way how we work was the greatest evolution in the maturity of the center. But also, I think behind this critical component was people, employees.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's great. And I think we're certainly all on a journey for continuous improvement. So where would you say that Euroc has maybe the most opportunity?
I think Euroc has probably many other locations at Western Union Company, and also as many other companies around the globe. They are looking into the future through digitalization. In Euroc, we are responsible for process management and people management, and one of the core areas for us is to digitalize the way how we work, processes, I guess even interactions at some point. We have been pretty successful with robotics process automation. I have mentioned we have 60 plus robots up and running, doing work on behalf of people, work which usually is boring to be performed by the employees, standard repeatable processes. And sometimes employees say, it's better to hand over that work to somebody like robot, so I can focus my time on something which is creative tasks, which really makes me engaged and where I can improve myself. So I guess looking into the future of the center, our task as a leaders is how we can continuously promote automation, digitalization, some other technologies which could help us to, progress with current technology progression we see in the world. Recently, I have read an article, and actually one of my colleagues head of robotics in Europe, Gintodas, he brought me an article where we have read that world champion in chess, Garry Kasparov, he said that in chess, machine beated human. But then human collaborated with machine, they were able to beat machine. So it looks like in the future of employment, in the future of workforce, the successful employee will be the one who will be able to partner together with machine, with robot,
right,
who will be able maybe to control multiple machines at once. And that's where we are looking into in the future of Europe.
Well, I think that's great. I mean, innovation has certainly been a big topic lately. And we've seen a lot of activity around robotics and process automation, particularly in Europe. And so you had mentioned, tasks that are sometimes maybe boring for employees. So can you talk a little bit about when we look at process automation, is it more so, how are we potentially using that to improve the customer experience? Are there specific examples there?
Absolutely. First of all, this is technology which helps us to increase employee engagement, because our employees even say with this technology we can extract robot out of human body, so human can continuously do creative stuff. But on a flip side, on other side, from customer experience perspective, we definitely improved customer experience with leveraging robotics technology. And the moment we understood that, actually, interesting story I can tell was one morning when we onboarded robots on one process, which basically were that it sent particular information, particular data to agents. And one morning we saw an email. We got an email from our agent from Spain, basically saying that, hey, Western Union, take a look. Someone on behalf of you tried to steal money from us. We are a financially regulated organization. Compliance is in our DNA. We have great compliance programs, which is competitive advantage for Western Union companies. So we really took into the matter seriously. We went deep and we saw that according to the process, robot did what it's supposed to do, collected information and sent email with that particular information to the agent in Spain. The problem of the interesting thing there was that robot sent email from robot inbox. And, robot as regular employee, it has email address,
right,
employee ID or robot ID, Skype account, and many other. And the problem was that once we built robot, we had robot email address, robo234@westernunion.com.
Oh.
For people who speak Spanish, they know that robo in Spanish means robber.
Oh.
So agent truly thought that someone on behalf of Western Union was trying to steal money from the agent. So that was a lesson. That was a moment when we truly realized that with this technology, we impact customer experience. And we want to make sure that we impact customer experience positively. Robotics process automation, robots never do mistakes. So the greatest accomplishment, the greatest benefit we get from that we avoid those human errors.
Yeah.
Because the way how you program robots, they will execute according to the process.
Yeah. Well, and we certainly hope that they rarely make mistakes. So, this has been a really great conversation. I recently read that Western Union Lithuania has become the second most reputable company in Lithuania. You were entered as the top 3 for the most desirable employer, leading to site growth to 2,000 employees in 2018. So congratulations for that. So that is to be commended. So we have a tradition that we've kind of started with these podcasts, and we like to end with a fun question, and that helps employees get to know you personally, and it's really simple, I promise. So we are going to have you randomly pick a question from our yellow box, and we'll see what question you get. You can just grab one. Go ahead and read it out loud.
Okay.
Let's see.
I got mine. The question is, when you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Did you want to be the site leader for Europe?
Definitely not. But, that's a great question, I think, because when I was a child, I definitely knew who I want to be, policeman. When you grew up into teenager, your list of professions who would you like to be, decreases. When you graduate, basically when you finish as a student and you get ready to become an employee, basically you don't know where you want to start usually, in which industry, which company maybe, and that's probably challenge which sometimes we see when we have interns in our center, whom we help to direct themselves towards their future. I wanted to be policeman because at that time when I was a child, that profession was a really interesting one, and I do remember some Hollywood movies which inspired me with that particular decision.
Well, I could see you certainly as a policeman. I think that's great. So, in another life, maybe. But thank you so much for your time today. My apologies. I hope I didn't butcher the last name. How do I say it again?
Šriupis.
Šriupis. So Šarūnas Šriupis. We've got it right this time. We really appreciate you taking the time. And for all of you, our colleagues at WU, please stay plugged in. Bookmark and follow the Yellow Mike podcast space on WU Life and check out more episodes. We'll see you next time. Thanks.